Have you finished peeling all the garlic yet?
Yes, I'm nearly done.
Well, you weren't fast enough. Everything else is almost finished cooking, and I wasn't even able to put the garlic in.
But you asked me to peel the garlic as soon as I came from the door and barely gave me any time to do it.
Your father-in-law is hungry.
Well, if he gets his dinner late, I don't think it's fair to blame it on me.
Just shut your mouth and move faster. Why do you have to talk back to me like that? I thought you would be quite quick with your hands because you're a farmer's daughter, but it turns out I was completely wrong. You've barely peeled more than 2 cloves of garlic. Oh, I'm speechless, I really am.
I don't think you quite understand what growing up on a farm is like in this day and age. Yes, even though I came from a farming family, my dad was the only one actually out working in the fields. These days, it's normal for farmers to hire workers to help them out with manual labor. So I didn't actually do any physical farm work growing up.
Oh, don't make me laugh. There's no way a mere farmer could afford to hire people to work for him. If you're born into a farming family, then it's your fate to do manual labor. If your parents didn't put you to work, it's obviously because they took one look at you and saw how useless you were.
Valeria, how could you say that?
Oh, stop looking at me like a kicked puppy and hurry up and get everything finished. Get those hands moving.
When I got married, it became abundantly clear that my mother-in-law did not like me, and she used every chance she got to torment me. She would order me to cook and clean for her and then nag at me when I couldn't do the things the way that she wanted them done. I later found out that the reason that she disliked me so much was because I came from a farming family in the countryside. Because of her ignorance and prejudice, she didn't realize that my dad actually owned way more than just a little field in the middle of nowhere. He was the owner of a huge fruit farm that supplied all the major supermarkets in the area. But in my mother-in-law's narrow mind, it was unfathomable that a mere farmer could be a successful businessman, and farms could not operate on a large industrial scale. Her image of farming was an outdated one, and she believed that farming was something that lower-class people did, and it was a dirty and shameful occupation. No matter how angry my husband got with her and how many times he tried to stop her from behaving badly toward me, it was no use. She would just become angry, and the two of them would often have full-blown arguments over this. However, everything calmed down a little once we found out that I was pregnant. I really can't believe that I'm actually pregnant.
I know, honey. It hasn't quite sunk in yet. It doesn't quite feel real. I'm gonna be a dad. Me, a dad.
It's crazy that I just went to see the doctor because I wasn't feeling too great and came out knowing that I'm pregnant. I could never have imagined this in a million years.
Hey, everyone. Guess you. Everyone in the neighborhood. I'm gonna be a dad. I'm so happy.
Honey, you're so loud. Stop embarrassing me.
It's just that I had no idea that you were pregnant. It is such a lovely surprise.
Well, since we both discussed that we were ready to have children, I think I'm emotionally ready, but I didn't think that it would be so sudden, like in the books and movies. Oh, but come to think of it, I had a dream about a beautiful flower growing in the middle of a field the other night, so I guess that must have been a premonition.
I was beginning to worry that you might have enteritis because you were feeling feverish and nauseous, but I guess those can be pregnancy symptoms too. And now, hearing about your dream, I really do think that it was some kind of message.
I've just remembered that my mom suffered from terrible morning sickness when she was pregnant with me. It was so bad that sometimes she couldn't even drink water without feeling sick. And they do say that a daughter's first pregnancy mirrors her mom's.
So, do you think you're probably gonna have pretty bad morning sickness as well?
Well, I really hope that isn't the case, but considering how nauseous I'm feeling already, I wouldn't be surprised if it was.
Does this mean that you're not gonna be able to eat anything?
Surely it's not going to be that bad, is it? I wonder who's calling me so early in the morning. Hello?
Hey, how could you not even call me after finding out that you're pregnant?
Oh, Valeria? What are you doing calling me at this time?
What do you think I'm doing? I went out to get my early morning exercise and I heard about you being pregnant from one of my friends. She said that you went to the hospital a few days ago. She was there at the same time as you and she said that she saw you and my son there.
I suppose when that husband of mine started yelling, everyone in the vicinity turned to stare at us. I guess Valeria's friend must have been there when he was shouting. Yes, yeah, that's right. We went because I really wasn't feeling very well, and then the doctor said that I wasn't unwell, I was just experiencing pregnancy symptoms. We were going to wait until 12 weeks to see anything, though, just to make sure that everything was more stable with the pregnancy.
Well, these days, with modern medicine, the risk of miscarriage is much lower. You should have told me straight away. This is why I should never have let my son marry a farmer's daughter from the countryside. Why did I have to hear the news about my grandson from people on the street?
Sorry? Grandson? Valeria, we still don't know the gender of the baby. It's far too early.
Well, what does that matter? I'm hoping that it's going to be a boy. A couple of days ago, I had a dream about a watermelon that was growing bigger and bigger. I think that must have been a premonition about the birth of my grandson.
I see. I suppose the grandparents can have those kinds of dreams too?
My little grandson. Grandma can't wait to meet you. Oh, Polly, do you have anything in particular you'd like to eat? I heard that you should eat lots of meat whilst pregnant if you want to have a son, so shall I make you some steak?
Oh, no, it's fine. These days I can barely stomach eating anything due to morning sickness. Just thinking about meat makes me feel a little queasy.
Well, it's not the attitude to be taking if you want your son to grow to be big and healthy. Stop whining and make sure you eat well. I'll get the butcher to send you some beef, so you'd better cook it when it arrives.
There's really no need to do that, Valeria. Just thinking about meat makes me want to throw up.
Now, what did I say? Pregnant women should be paying close attention to what they eat. If you don't eat well whilst you're pregnant, you end up with a daughter.
Valeria, I really don't think that what you eat has anything to do with the gender of the baby.
Of course it does. The baby in your belly is entirely your responsibility as its mother, and therefore whether it comes out a boy or a girl is entirely dependent on your actions whilst you're pregnant. So you shouldn't be using morning sickness or whatever as an excuse to not feed the baby properly.
Wait, what's that? Ah! What's that you have in there that has such a strong smell?
What do you think it is? I bought you some cow liver and some herbal medicine. The lady who lives next door told me that she ate the internal organs of a cow, not just regular beef, and that's what enabled her to give birth to a son. She even said it's better to eat it raw.
Valeria, seriously, what you eat when you're pregnant really doesn't have anything to do with the gender of the baby.
Oh, just shut up and listen to me. If you eat this meat and drink this medicine, you're sure to have a son. Stop retching like a fuzzy kid being force-fed broccoli, and just eat what I tell you to eat. I really went out of my way to find this stuff for you.
But Valeria, surely you know that you shouldn't eat raw food when you're pregnant. It could be full of parasites. It could cause complications for the pregnancy. And anyway, we already know the gender of the baby, and it's not going to be a boy, so you can stop this now.
That's all nonsense. It's all a myth that there are things you can and can't eat during pregnancy. You need to eat as much as possible. And who said it was going to be a girl? The hospital? I bet they didn't even take a proper look at you before telling you the gender, so I would take that with a pinch of salt. Why would you just blindly believe them like that when you don't listen to a word that I say?
Valeria, aren't you the one that was going on about how good modern medicine is before? Oh dear, I really don't think I can eat this. Just the smell is enough to make me feel like I'm going to throw up.
Oh, shut up and just eat it. I am not going home until I see you eat the liver and drink some of the medicine, and I'll make sure you use the whole sachet.
Ew, what is this?
It's a special formula that apparently helps you to have a son. It's full of things that are good for your health, so you should be drinking at least a pack a day.
Why are you doing this? The hospital said not to self-medicate too much and not to trust herbal medicines. Please stop trying to force this on me.
Medicine is all medicine. Is medicine not good? Then I don't see what the problem is. Now stop with your useless chatter and just take the medicine already. Take it and make sure you have a son.
Someone please save me. Thankfully, that day my husband came home at the perfect time to stop my mother-in-law from force-feeding me the raw liver and the herbal medicine. He grabbed it all off her and threw it in the trash and successfully chased her out of the house. But unfortunately after that, she didn't give up. Even though I could barely swallow a drop of water due to morning sickness, she kept trying to force me to eat weird things she heard about on the internet. The only way I can think of to describe it is to call it food torture. Even when I was feeling normal, the things she was trying to feed me were hard to stomach, but when I was suffering from morning sickness, I could barely have her bring them anywhere near me. There were more than a few times when raw food was forcibly shoved into my mouth. No matter how many times I threw up, my mother-in-law tormented me with unproven folk remedies and baseless myths, the origins of which she herself couldn't even remember. The only comfort I had was the fruit sent to me by my parents from their farm. It was the only thing I could stomach to eat. Hi, Dad. I got the latest fruit delivery. Why did you send me so much?
What do you mean, how much did I send? I only sent one box of each type.
Even so, there's so much. Melons, apples, pears, there's even a whole box of peaches.
You said that peaches were the only thing that you could really eat a lot of, so I thought that it would be best to send you as many peaches as I could. If you can't finish the rest of the fruit before it goes bad, you can share it with your neighbors. It's best to get on the neighbor's good side before the baby is born, so that they'll be more forgiving when the baby inevitably keeps them up all night with all the crying. And your husband likes fruit as well, doesn't he? He has to be careful about what food he brings into the house to eat because of your morning sickness, so I'm sure he'll be happy to have some fruit as well.
Thank you, Dad.
I know all about how hard morning sickness can be for both the mom and the dad. I have personal experience from when your mom was pregnant with you. You really shouldn't try and force yourself to eat the things that you can't stomach. Instead, you should just have your fill of the things that you can eat. They say even morning sickness is a sign. If your body lacks nutrients, you can't even have morning sickness. So don't get too hung up on what you shouldn't eat. Just eat whatever you feel like eating.
Thank you so much, Dad. You have no idea how much I needed to hear that.
Making sure my daughter is happy is no skin off my back. And let me know as soon as you run out of peaches. Oh, and if there's anything else your husband wants to eat, let me know about that as well.
Yes, Dad. I will let you know. I can't wait to get started on the fruit. I guess it must be because I grew up having fresh fruit on the farm and I was constantly spoiled for choice. I was unable to eat the fruit from the shops and I could only stomach the fresh fruit sent to me by my dad, directly from the farm. The peaches were my personal favorite. During the months I was suffering from morning sickness, the only thing I was really able to enjoy eating was the fresh peaches sent by my dad. My husband also enjoyed eating them with me. Every single day my meals would consist predominantly of peaches. It's getting a little tiring going to and from the hospital all the time these days. My legs are sore from all the walking. I'll grab myself a peach from the fridge and that will make me feel better. Oh, not a single peach that was in the fridge is left? Where on earth did they go? Did that husband of mine really eat them all?
Hello? Is everything okay? Did you get to the hospital okay?
Yes, everything is fine. I just came back from the hospital and I just wanted to ask whether you ate all the peaches that were in the fridge?
Of course not. Even if I had eaten some, I would have left some for you. There's no way that I would be as cruel as to eat them all when I know that's the only thing that you can really eat at the moment.
Where could they have gone?
Your dad sent us a fresh box yesterday, right? So I guess we just forgot to put it in the fridge?
Oh, yes, I think you're right. Oh. Honey, the box of peaches is gone.
What? That can't be. It should be right there on the table in the porch.
Yes, I remember you putting them there yesterday, but it's not there.
Ah, that is so strange. I am sure that there was a full box of peaches there yesterday.
Well, I've had a look around the rest of the house as well, and they're nowhere to be found. It's not like a box of peaches is something small, so it should be very easy to spot.
I really don't know what could have happened here. Ah,
What is it? Did you just remember something?
come to think of it, my mom asked for the spare key to our apartment.
What? Your mom did what?
She said that she wanted to bring some food for us while we were both out, so I just told her the password to the lockbox where we keep the spare key.
You really just told her that? Without consulting me first?
What was I supposed to do when she kept calling me to bother me about it while I was at work? Do you think that she would have taken it?
Well, she hasn't put any food in the fridge. I would know if she had because I could smell it right away.
There's no way. Do you think that maybe she used bringing the food over as an excuse to come and take the fruit away?
I'll go over to your mom's house straight away to check what's going on here.
Okay, I'll also go and talk to her straight after I finish work.
What is it? Did something happen with your appointment at the hospital? Did they tell you that they were wrong about it being a girl and that I was right all along?
No, of course not. I came here to ask you whether you came to our house today, Valeria.
Yes, I did. So what?
So then, did you take the box of peaches that was on the table in the porch?
Yes, I did take them. If you have such nice fruit like that, you need to share it with your in-laws. My daughter is in the kitchen peeling some for me right now.
Oh, hi, Polly. What are you doing over at our house? Now, please give me back that box of my peaches. My husband will be coming too when he finishes work, and we're going to take back what's ours.
What? Why would you do that?
My dad sent those for me straight from his farm. You know that I can't eat just anything with my morning sickness, right? Those peaches are the only thing I can eat at the moment. How could you steal them from me like that?
You ungrateful girl! You didn't eat any of the things I brought for you, but when your dad sends you something, you're more than happy to eat it? Are you discriminating against your mother-in-law right now?
Of course that's not what I'm doing. It's not that I chose to not eat the things that you brought for me. It's that you only brought things that I was unable to eat. You kept giving me all kinds of weird foods with strange flavors.
What do you mean you were unable to eat them? It was all food, was it not? And food is meant to be eaten by people. And did I not tell you that if you want to have a son, you shouldn't be eating things like fruit? It's because you only eat these silly, pretty little things like peaches that you ended up with a girl.
That is total nonsense, and you know it. There is absolutely no relationship between the gender of the baby and what the pregnant mother eats.
Of course there is. You need to listen to your mother-in-law tells you, young lady. But instead you're all defiant and arrogant and you only listen to what the doctor says.
You really are stubborn, Polly. If my mom says she doesn't like something, you really should just go along with what she says. And if you want to eat fruit, then you can just go to the supermarket and buy it. I don't really know what's so special about the one sent from your dad.
I can't eat the fruit from the supermarket. I am only able to eat the fruit that my dad sends me.
Well, there's no need to be so picky. I think you're making a really big deal about this whole morning sickness thing, and it's really not as bad as you say. So what, you throw up a little and your tummy hurts a little every now and then? Oh, poor you. Just suck it up and eat whatever.
Excuse me? I understand that you've never been pregnant, so you've never experienced something like morning sickness before, but equally that also doesn't give you a right to pass judgment on me when you have no idea what I'm going through. Oh, whatever. Why don't you just eat this instead? It's a little gross.
Excuse me, what is this? A completely rotten peach? Where did you get this? My mom bought it from the supermarket the other day, but it went bad before she could eat it. So why don't you eat it? If you eat it, I'm sure it will guarantee that you have a son.
What
kind of nonsense are you? Oh my goodness, just the smell of this is enough to make me throw up.
Stop making a fuss and just eat it. You shouldn't be eating the pretty fruits because they will ensure that you have a daughter. If you still want to have a chance of having a son, you need to eat ugly fruits like this one. If you're really committed, you should eat the stone as well. Oh, and I don't want to see you scraping off the bad bits. You need to eat the whole thing. This is me being considerate of you after hearing that peaches are the only thing you can eat at the moment. Your dad should know better than to send you the nice, pretty peaches as well. He should be sending you ones like this one if he wants to have a grandson. Honestly, he didn't put any thought into this, did he?
Are you really going to be like this? Why are you so weird about every single thing that I eat? I've had to put up with so much over these past few months. I put up with you shoving all kinds of inedible stuff down my throat, but I just can't take it any longer. I kept thinking to myself, it's just because she really wants to have a healthy grandson. It's just because she wants me to have a son and she doesn't know any better. But you really have taken things too far now. I am not going to put up with it anymore. And also, I am not going to listen to you insulting my dad anymore either.
Oh, are you getting mad? I heard that pregnant women were a little emotionally unstable, but making a huge fuss like this over some fruit is a little excessive. Don't you agree?
You're no better than your mother, it seems, Allie. You should be recognizing her bad behavior and stopping her, but instead you're just enabling her. And the two of you haven't even realized that it was wrong for you to have stolen from me today. From now onwards, I don't want to see either of you ever again.
Are you really accusing your own mother-in-law of being a thief? Who do you think you're talking to? Hey, where do you think you're going? Come back here this instant.
Honey, I am so sorry for everything that's happened. I'll apologize a million times if I have to. There's no need to run off to your parents' house. Let's just go home, okay? I'll give you all the apologies you need on behalf of my mom and my sister.
No, I am not going home. I don't even want to see your face right now. It's not like your mom has only been trying to force-feed me once or twice. It's become a regular thing. Knowing that, how could you possibly give her access to the spare key? I am not going back to our house knowing that she is now able to come and go as she pleases. What if she tries to make me eat weird stuff again? Or worse, tries to steal things from me again? I feel like I'm suffering from neurosis now. I feel so suffocated that I could die.
I'm sorry, honey. I'll make it so nothing like this ever happens again.
I don't believe you. I can't trust you when it comes to your family, especially after what happened today. I went to the hospital because I was having bloody discharge, and they told me that if I'm put under any more stress, I'm at risk of having a miscarriage. The doctor even discussed the possibility of hospitalizing me. I don't want to spend any more time around people who are putting my baby's life in danger.
Honey.
You don't know what it's like to be this stressed about food and eating, do you? Well, I do, and I'm at my wit's end here. Do you realize that your mom would even try and shove weird foods into my mouth whilst I was sleeping? And then she couldn't stand to see me happy with the one thing I can actually eat, so she stole it away from me. And then she even tried to make me eat a rotten peach, telling me that it would help me to have a son. I have no idea what else she's capable of doing to me, but I don't want to stick around to find out. You have to understand that if I stay in our house, I'll be living in a state of constant fear. Even after I've had the baby, I refuse to go back there.
My husband, realizing the seriousness of the situation, even followed me to my parents' house and begged for my forgiveness. He told me that he went straight to my in-laws and turned everything in their house upside down. He dumped the stolen box of peaches on the living room floor and stomped on them, leaving the floor covered in juice. But even hearing that wasn't enough to relieve my anger. How could I possibly calm down when I've developed neurosis and I can't even sleep at night? I didn't change my mind and decided that I wasn't going back to her apartment in the city. Instead, my husband came to live with me in my parents' house in the countryside. I gave birth there, and my mom was able to help me with everything, taking the baby off my hands when everything got too much and showing me the best way to do everything. Around the same time we welcomed our daughter into the world, my husband's company suddenly went bankrupt and he found himself without a job. Since we're living with my parents anyway, he ended up joining my dad working out in the fruit fields. He picked up the manual labor side of things pretty quickly, and soon he was helping my dad with managing the place. Even though he never meant to go into farming and the circumstances in which he ended up doing it were far from ideal, he soon found out that he had a knack for it, and he started to really enjoy the work. Even though he found it really physically demanding at first, he soon began to get more tan, develop more muscles, and started to look a little more like a true novice farmer. He learned about all the different methods of farming and also started to help manage the clients, where he really started thriving. Because he had experience in the business world, he was particularly well suited to dealing with the client management side of things. He said that even though he found everything at his new job hard, he also found it very rewarding. He said that there's nothing easy in this world and everything we need to get through hard work, and that now he was really beginning to understand that. Just as my dad was beginning to acknowledge my husband's skills as a farmer, we got a call from my mother-in-law, out of the blue.
Hello? Mom, what do you want?
I'm just wondering why this son of mine won't even contact me.
I told you, didn't I? From now on, you can carry on living your life as if you never had a son.
I can't believe that you would really turn your back on your family over a woman.
Why did you call me? It's the middle of harvest season, so I'm pretty busy right now.
Is farm work really that important? Stop acting like you actually have a real job.
If you don't have anything in particular to say to me, then I'm hanging up right now.
Wait a second. Do you have any fruit to spare by any chance? If you do, can you send some to me?
Fruit? What are you talking about, Mom? You don't even like fruit.
It's not for me. It's for your sister. Your sister is pregnant now, but I bet you didn't even know that, did you?
Why would I know about the pregnancy of someone whose life I have absolutely no interest in?
Even so, she's your one and only sibling. How can you be so apathetic towards her?
But you're not interested in our lives, Mom, so why should we be interested in yours? You didn't even say anything when your own granddaughter was born.
Why would I care about the birth of a silly little girl?
And why would I care about my sister's pregnancy? Anyway, why do you want fruit all of a sudden?
Well, your sister's always liked fruit, hasn't she? Now that she's pregnant, she's suffering from really bad morning sickness, and it's all she can eat is fruit.
Then why doesn't she just ask her husband to go and buy some for her then? Why are you calling me about this?
Well, her husband is really picky, you see. He doesn't like fruit at all, and he won't even have it in the house. Her in-laws have been nagging her, saying that only eating fruit will be bad for the baby and that she should be forcing herself to eat a varied diet, even if it makes her feel sick. They won't do anything to help her out, and she feels backed into a corner. You have no idea how much stress she's under right now.
Well, if her husband and in-laws won't go buy her fruit, why don't you just go buy it for her?
Well, she says that she can't stop thinking about the peaches from your father-in-law's farm. She said that if she can have at least one of those peaches, she will have the strength to go on.
You're just looking for an excuse to call, aren't you? You can get fresh peaches from other farms, you know? We're not the only place in the area that sells them.
She really insists that it specifically has to be your peaches. And it would mean the world to her to receive a gift from her brother when she's going through a hard time. When I watched her eating them before, I don't think I've ever seen her face light up so brightly. And if you send them to her, it will give her husband less of a reason to get annoyed about it. He won't be able to accuse her of wasting money if we use our family connections to get them for free.
Do you realize how hypocritical you sound like right now? When my wife was pregnant, you were the one nagging her and making her life hell.
Oh, shut up. She ended up having a girl because she didn't listen to me, and that served her right. Anyway, make sure to send those peaches, okay? I'll send you her address over message.
Did your mom really see that?
Yep, she really did. The same people who ridiculed you for not being able to eat much when you were suffering from morning sickness are now begging for us to send peaches because they're the only thing that my sister wants to eat. She deserves to know how it feels.
Even though they were horrible to me, I know better than anyone how terrible morning sickness can be. Your sister must be going through a really hard time right now.
Well, you know what they say, what goes around comes back around. This is what she gets for looking down on you and ridiculing you.
I suppose you're right there. So, what are you going to do then? What have you got there?
Oh, this? Let's just say I'm preparing something extra special to send to them.
Do you really think it's okay to do this?
Well, you know what us men are like. We can forget the bad things that were done to us in an instant, but we will never, ever forget the bad things that are done to our wives.
After getting off the phone with his mom, my husband went straight to the fruit warehouse where we'll sort and pack up the fruits. When he was packing the box to send to his sister, he had a sinister expression on his face like no other I'd ever seen before.
Vinny, what on earth is this? What is even in this box?
Ah, I'm glad to know that it arrived safely. The delivery time was shorter than I expected.
The front door was barely opened. The delivery guy basically threw it at me.
It's a really special gift that I prepared specially for my precious little sister. Mom called me saying that you couldn't eat anything but fruit because of your morning sickness, so I graciously went to the trouble of sending you some fruit directly from the farm. You should be saying thank you instead of yelling at me.
But if you were going to send them to me, you should have sent me the good ones. These are all gross.
I handpicked each one out for you, you know? You should be at least grateful for the gesture. Don't be so picky about the quality of the fruit.
I'm your sister. You're my family. Don't you think this is a little cruel? How could you send me a box full of fruit that isn't even fit to be sold in the market? Are you pulling my leg right now?
Does it really matter? They're from our farm. They're just maybe not the freshest of the bunch.
But after hearing that your sister is pregnant and having a hard time, surely you should have gone out of your way to only choose the pretty ones. Not even a single one of these is even edible.
They may be ugly, but they're not inedible. You can still eat them fine, even if they're not quite up to the aesthetic standard.
I wouldn't even expect the nicest of the bunch. Just regular edible peaches.
But this is all for your sake, don't you see?
What on earth are you talking about?
It's like Mom always says, right? If you want to have a son, you should only eat the ugliest, most rotten fruits. If you eat the pretty ones, you'll end up with a daughter, and we wouldn't want that now, would we? Well, at least that's what she always used to say to my wife. I guess she hasn't said it to you. What's she doing? She was so obsessed with the idea of getting a grandson. If she really cares so much, she should be teaching you all these very important things.
Vinny!
Let me know once you've eaten them all up. I'll make sure to send you another batch of bad ones straight away.
How could you do this to me?
Hey, how could you do such a thing to your own sister? Your sister called me up crying, you know.
Mom? What on earth are you doing here? I thought you said you would never lower yourself to come out to the dirty countryside ever in your life.
Did I not tell you to pick out some nice fruit to send to your pregnant sister? Do you not realize how cruel it is for you to mess with her like this when she's suffering with morning sickness?
What are you talking about, Mom? I just did exactly what you did to my wife. This is learned behavior from you, Mom.
What did you just say?
What was it you said when my wife was pregnant with our daughter? If I remember rightly, you said that you'd need to only eat bad fruit if you want to have a son. I was just trying to help my sister and follow your instructions, so I really don't know what the big problem is.
Even so, do you not feel sorry for your poor sister in the slightest? She's having a really hard time with her morning sickness.
No, I don't feel the least bit sorry for her at all, actually. Just like you didn't feel the least bit sorry for my wife when she was suffering from morning sickness. You force-fed her and caused her to literally flee from her own home. Didn't you say that Allie's in-laws are treating her the same way? Aren't they pressuring her to eat things that she doesn't want to just so that they can have a son as well? Well, I'm just trying to help her to do what they want. May she give birth to a bouncing baby boy.
You! How dare you!
Even so, I wasn't quite as bad as you, Mom. I didn't send her stuff that was completely inedible. But you try to force-feed my wife to eat completely rotten fruit and raw internal organs and other awful things like that. I may have sent her the ugly peaches, but I didn't send her rotten ones. I only sent the ones that are not pretty enough to be sold in the shops and the markets. I may be a bad person, but I still have a conscience. Unlike you, who was willing to feed rotten food to a pregnant woman suffering from morning sickness.
Are you really going to be like this? Are you really going to completely abandon us in favor of your wife?
My wife is family too. She's the family I chose for myself. When she was pregnant and things got so bad that she had to run off here crying, I really regretted not cutting you off as soon as you started tormenting her about eating all that awful stuff in order to have a boy. To this day, I still feel pathetic for not putting a stop to it before it got out of control, and live every single day feeling sorry towards her from the bottom of my heart.
Did I really do anything that bad? Okay, fine. I was wrong. So please, stop sending bad peaches to your sister.
What are you talking about? All I'm doing is making sure that she has the grandson you're so desperate for.
Well, they already said that she's going to be having a daughter. Do you have any idea how much of a fuss her family are making because it's a girl? They're even worse than me, you know. She called me crying, saying that she feels trapped and suppressed, and she's being called up on every single thing that she eats, you know. The fact that you sent those awful peaches and started going on about how she should eat them in order to have a son coincided with her finding out about the gender and having to deal with all the abuse from her in-laws. You made things a million times harder for when she was already suffering enough. And then there's the fact that she can't even drink water without wanting to throw up because of her morning sickness. And then she ended up getting esophagitis thanks to those awful fruits you sent her.
Well, I feel like her in-law should have at least thanked me for trying to do my bit on getting her to have a son. I think I did a pretty good job with my gift, if you ask me.
No, you did not. How could you only send bad fruit like that when you know how much she loves to eat fruit and how much she was looking forward to the fresh taste of the peaches from your farm?
They're still tasty. They're still the same peaches. And like I said, I was just following your logic to help her have a son. Oh dear, where are my manners? I should have sent some for her in-laws as well. Silly me. Please do apologize to them for me on my behalf, okay, Mom? I was so fixated on sending them to my sister that I completely forgot to even consider them.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do with you.
Because of you, my wife was even almost hospitalized. The stress, her weakened immune system, and no doubt the food issues. She should consider herself lucky that she isn't even in a worse condition. She'll soon be better if she eats lots of nutritious fruit. In that case, I'm gonna have to send my sister even more, aren't I?
What? No, absolutely not. Please, just leave your sister alone now.
And don't forget to ask her in-laws if there's any fruit that they would like. I'll make sure to send it to them. In fact, the next fruit I plan to send her, I'll send to their house instead. You should share these kinds of nice things with your in-laws after all, shouldn't you? That's another philosophy of yours, isn't it, Mom?
My husband still regularly sends boxes of bad fruit to his sister, saying things like, "I'm just doing what Mom would do," and "I'm sending it so the whole family can eat them together." The look on my husband's face as he packed up the rotting fruit was like a stress reliever. It was a vindictive smile that was a little too personal to be put down to taking care of his sister. The more they begged him not to send it, the more he would send it. His sister even ended up calling me to complain about it, but I considered it none of my business and just told her that there was nothing I could do about it.
Hearing a person who loved fruit so much saying that she was sick to death of receiving it made me really feel the satisfaction from the revenge my husband was extracting on his family. He even checked with my dad if it was really okay for him to be doing this, and he said, "Fruit that can't be sold is still fruit. I don't see the problem with it." I think he was also enjoying seeing my in-laws, who tormented me so much, getting their comeuppance. We really weren't sending them an edible fruit, though. From what I've heard, it sounds like my sister-in-law and mother-in-law have been preoccupied with finding space to store all the fruit and trying to find people to take it off their hands and eat it for them. Every time they called to beg my husband to stop sending it, he would remind them how expensive fruit is in our current economic climate, and they should just be grateful that they get it for free.
I still can't believe you proposed! I'm so excited I don't think I can sleep. We have so much to talk about and plan. I should probably ask my friends about what they think too.
I'm just so glad you said yes. I was so nervous. I planned it and everything, but I almost wussed out. But you said yes, so it's official. I guess we should talk to our parents about it. Is your father old school? Like, should I have asked him for your hand in marriage? That type of thing?
I don't think so, Toby. My dad's pretty quiet and mild-mannered. I don't think he cares about old traditions like that.
Oh, good. I realized that it was a thing after I planned everything, but I didn't want to delay it to ask your father for permission.
That's an old tradition. I mean, my father's kinda traditional, I guess, but doesn't force that on us. He'll be glad I'm married and taken care of. That's for sure. And of course, there are certain expectations, I guess, when it comes to weddings, but I think it's all pretty normal stuff.
Okay, let me know if I do something wrong. I don't want them to dislike me.
They'll love you. They have to because I love you. That's how it works with family.
I like that. So let's go meet them soon. You told them about me, right?
Of course. I told them all about you when we started dating, and they ask me about you sometimes. My parents have 2 daughters and my sister isn't married, so you're basically their first son.
I hadn't thought about it that way. That seems really special. You know, it's only been 8 months since we started dating, so it makes sense we haven't met each other's parents. But since we're getting married, we should do it soon.
Yeah, I want to meet your family too. They must be so cool. Your house is pretty big, right?
The house is on the big side, yes, but they're not all that cool. I know you've seen my father on billboards for his real estate business, but he's a pretty regular guy.
Except he's rich. That's not regular. I'm sure he's super interesting. I can't wait to meet him. I'm gonna be his favorite daughter-in-law.
That's a good attitude to have. I love that positivity and ambition.
You know us Latinas. We get through life with a smile on our face.
That is the right attitude to have, for sure. So, how do you say husband in Spanish?
Esposo. You're going to be my esposito. That's like hubby in English.
Esposito. Sounds good.
And that makes me your esposita. I can't wait for our future together to begin. I can't wait to be happily married ever after to my man. From tomorrow, I'm going to start planning the wedding. It's going to be amazing. I want all my dreams to come true. It just so happens that I know a wedding planner. I'll have to get together with her and discuss what I want.
Okay, great. You get on with that. By the way, how much money have you managed to save up? I have some myself, but I was just wondering about you.
Money? Why are you asking me?
I was just thinking that after we get married, we would put our money together. We would both be responsible for the bills and everything. What do you think? It's normal these days, isn't it? It's not the 1950s anymore. You can't expect the man to pay for everything. And I know women wouldn't want it that way anyway. You don't want to be subservient to a man, do you?
I don't have any money. I haven't saved anything. You know my family background and history. I come from a poor family. When I was young, it was difficult for us. We really struggled to get by, so I didn't get much from my parents. When I did get my own job, I just didn't manage to save that much money. Bills and rent are really expensive these days. It's difficult just to get by, never mind saving money for the future. I'd say it's nearly impossible. Tobias, my family wasn't like yours. You were rich, I was poor.
Okay, I understand. It's not a problem that you don't have that much saved up. I understand your background and how you've been paying for yourself since you were 18. But even a small amount of money would be able to help us. Also, we can spend money according to our earning power. No need to go over the top. If we have to be frugal, then let's do that. We should be sensible with money. It's the best way.
Maybe I could check my bank later, but I don't think I have more than a few $100 in there. A wedding's gonna cost some money. We'll manage with what we have. Why do you sound so worried? We can talk tomorrow when I get more of an idea of what I want and what things cost, okay? There's no use talking about it when we have no idea about any of the details.
Okay, let's do that.
Hey, did you miss me? Were you thinking of me last night? I was thinking about our wedding, and the more I think about it, the more I realize what a huge event this is for our lives.
Well, yeah, getting married is a big deal, I know.
This wedding needs to be absolutely superb. It's our forever memory, and I want everything to be perfect. I want a really nice ring. You said we'll go shopping together, but I've been looking online and have some I want to show you. And of course, I want a good wedding photographer. We want photos and videos of the day so we can look at them when we're old. And for Insta, of course. And the best ever honeymoon is a must. It has to be exotic but fancy, somewhere hot with a beach. We have to sit down and have a long talk about what we want to splurge on to have the most memorable wedding. I'm thinking classy, high quality, but fun. I think it's what we deserve.
That was a lot. What brought this on? I thought you didn't mind.
I am a woman. I want a romantic wedding. And romantic wedding often means an expensive wedding. Who wants to save money on their wedding and honeymoon? Certainly not me. We will keep those photos for the rest of our lives, so they better be good ones. And the honeymoon is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Why would we go for a cheap option? What will happen when our friends ask us about it? Would you want to tell them we did something cheap? What would they think? We'd be laughed at. Other people are going to the Maldives and we just went to some cheap location? I'd be embarrassed. We should at least go to an exotic location with a nice beach.
I'm not against this in principle, but I do worry about the cost. But if it's what you really want, then we should really consider doing it. I don't want you to be disappointed. I did mention us putting our money together and sharing the cost, do you remember?
How much money have you got?
Me? Well, about $200,000.
Wow, that's a lot. That's totally enough for what I want. You know my savings goal? Next year, I intend to have about $2,000 in saving. Not quite as much as you, but still good, I think. I guess we might not be traveling first class when we go, but the trip itself shouldn't be a problem. You have a good job and you have lots of savings. What are you worried about? I guess you'll just have to treat me like a princess and sweep me off my feet. I wish I could contribute more, but what can I do? I think it's the man's job to pay anyway, don't you agree?
Maybe we need to think about this before we decide anything.
You don't need to think. Why hesitate? I can't stand taking too long over a decision. In my opinion, you should just follow your heart. When you know something is right for you, then just do it. My friend has also introduced me to a really good wedding planner. I spoke with her and she told me what was on offer. I want to go with the most expensive option. It sounded so amazing, it was everything I wanted and dreamed of.
Well, if that's really what you want.
Congratulations! I heard you proposed to my sister.
Hey, Mary, thanks. Yeah, I know it's soon, but I know I love your sister, and like Haley says, why wait? I hope you're okay with me getting married to her. We only met a couple of times before.
Of course I'm okay with it. You're a gentleman, and I had a great time when I went out with you and Haley. I think you'll be a great husband for Haley. She loves you so much. She won't shut up about you.
Well, sorry about that, I guess. Has she talked to you about the wedding?
She's been talking about the wedding nonstop. It's gonna be the most beautiful wedding ever. She's going over every detail.
That was fast. We just got engaged. Actually, I just started looking at the engagement rings. There are a crazy amount of choices out there. I'm not sure what's appropriate for us. I think something modest would be better suited for daily wear, but I'm not a woman, so what do you think?
Modest? You mean small? The engagement is something the girl shows to people when she tells them she's chosen the person she's gonna be with. It makes an impression. It symbolizes your love and also your capacity as a man. Weddings are all about showing your commitment to the world.
I guess that's true. I was thinking more about marriage than the actual wedding when I proposed.
That's okay. Leave the wedding stuff to us girls. Haley's loving every minute of sorting through colors and fabrics. She's going through every celebrity wedding photo she can find on the internet.
I'm kind of getting worried. I'm not sure what's expected of me by your parents, for example.
It'll be fine. Haley doesn't want any Mexican wedding stuff, so it'll all be pretty standard. We grew up in Connecticut, so we didn't have much Mexican culture around when we were kids. She wants to be a fairy tale princess.
A princess, huh? So that makes me a prince?
Yeah, or a knight in shining armor. This is basically her Cinderella story.
That seems a little dramatic. I really hope I can make her happy. What if she wants horses or something?
Then let her have horses. What are you, a cheapskate? This is her dream wedding. You know how we grew up super poor on welfare and in subsidized housing? Things were really tough.
Yeah, Haley told me a little bit about it. You both got scholarships for university, right?
That was the only way we could get out of there. Mom and Dad are still scraping by on what they get from welfare and disability. Dad got hurt on a job site when he first immigrated here. Haley and I both try and pitch in when we can.
I heard. It's really impressive that you both became independent and are supporting yourselves and your family.
Family supports each other. You should remember that since you're joining our family.
Gotcha. I plan to be supportive of Haley as much as I can. She's a great hairstylist, and she's a real people person. I'm sure she would be amazing at whatever she puts her mind to.
I don't think she's gonna want to go back to working in a hair salon. She'd make a great mom, though. Once you're married, a baby is definitely on the horizon. She's gonna want to focus on that, probably.
Right? But in due time, right? I think it's better to be prepared financially and be settled down before actually starting a family.
You're so responsible. You're like the perfect husband for Haley. Just don't think you can control her. She's strong-willed.
Yeah, I know. She is very determined when she sets her mind to something.
So a gorgeous wedding is not something you can skimp on. Just think of it as an investment in your future.
I suppose what you're saying makes sense. I just don't feel that strongly about weddings.
'Cause you're a guy. You just don't get it.
Maybe. Anyway, let me know if I mess up since I can't keep up with all this wedding stuff.
You know I will. You know you should buy presents for the bridesmaids too. A fancy designer bag for myself. I'm hoping you can make me happy.
Sure, you choose just one you like and I'll buy it. I guess it's part of the wedding expenses.
Great! Thanks so much. It's so lucky that you met a rich guy like you.
I'm not a rich guy. I have a decent salary, but it's not that good. I still have to be careful with my spending. I can't just throw around money and not think about it. But this is a special occasion, so maybe I can do so here.
Sure. Don't be too humble. I'll send you a link when I find the bag I want. Welcome to the family. Let me know if you need help finding a good gift for my parents.
Oh, right, thanks.
Hey, Toby, I'm just about to meet with the wedding planner. We're gonna talk about what I want. I still haven't sorted out the honeymoon. I've not decided exactly what I want, but I'll get to that soon. I saw a few cheap options recently, but it isn't good enough. I want high-class travel. I think I'll try to find a travel agency soon and discuss it with them. What about the house? We aren't going to live with our parents anymore, are we? Have you found a house for us to move into?
Sorry I couldn't go with you today. About the house, I found something near where I work. It's only a small place, 1 bedroom, a living room, and a bathroom. It's an apartment in an apartment block. It's not too expensive either, suitable for a newly married couple.
1 room? Are you crazy? Why would we want to move into such a small apartment? I don't even want to move into an apartment at all. I don't want noisy neighbors eavesdropping on us all the time. You know how I grew up. I want a house. Why can't we have our own house with a garden and everything?
There's nothing wrong with an apartment. I checked it out. It's a nice place, just a little small. And I don't think that noise will be much of a problem.
I can't believe you think this is okay. How can I accept this? I deserve a certain level of living standard, don't you think? I hate apartments. They're for poor folk. I can't stand the idea of living in one of those. You need to reconsider. I want a house with a garden. I was even hoping we could have a pool, and now you surprise me with this dinky apartment? Oh my goodness, how can I take this?
We could maybe get something a bit bigger if we took out a loan. What about a 2-room apartment? Would that be okay?
No way! I hate apartments. I already told you that.
Well, maybe there's a cheaper house in the area that we could move into. But it would be more expensive, and it's a bit risky taking out loans these days. You've seen the interest rate, haven't you? What if we can't pay off the loan and we end up in a debt trap? It might get really bad for us, so we don't want to rush into anything we might regret in the future. I really think we should just go for the cheapest option. We're already going to be spending enough on the wedding, the ring, and the honeymoon. We don't want to go crazy with the house too.
Maybe you have a point. We also need some money for the baby.
The baby?
Yeah, I want a baby as soon as possible. I think now is the right time. Maybe when we're on our honeymoon, we could try to conceive? Wouldn't that be wonderful? I think it's the natural time to get pregnant. Then when the baby's born, we can name it after the place where I got pregnant.
Are you going to be working when you have this child?
No, of course not. I'll be a housewife. Why would I work when I need to look after the baby? After we get married, I won't be able to work. I'll be busy looking after the house and the baby. You'll have to be the sole breadwinner. I'm sure we'll be able to manage just fine. You earn a lot of money. You get a lot of money in your current job, and if it's not enough, then you'll just have to try and get a promotion.
I don't think it'll be that easy. What if we get into financial difficulty? You should be prepared to work too. I know it's nice to stay at home and look after the baby, but a lot of mothers work too these days. Maybe you could work part-time to help lift the burden? There are many support systems set up to get women back into work. Some companies offer maternity pay, subsidized childcare, and stuff like that.
If we get a loan to buy a house, then we don't have to pay as much money up front. It'll be easier for you. What about asking your dad? Couldn't he lend you some money? I know he's a rich guy too. He must have accumulated a lot of wealth over his lifetime. I think that parents should help their children when they get married. It's normal, isn't it?
I don't want to ask my parents for help with this wedding or the house. I don't want to add stress into their lives. I've got my own life. I should look after myself. Also, my parents are nearly retired. They don't want to be thinking about spending money on their children. I'm an adult, and I don't think it's right to be asking for financial help from my parents unless it's absolutely necessary. My dad already did enough for me. He raised me well and spent a lot of money on my education. Thanks to him, I've got a great job for myself now. I can't go back and ask for more financial help from him. It just wouldn't be right. I think you're not really helping her.
Me? You think it's my fault?
If I'm being honest, I think your demands are too much. Your expectations have been getting higher and higher. First, it was the expensive wedding, then the honeymoon, now it's the house and baby? Then you say you have no plans to work and the whole thing will just be on my shoulders. It really is a lot for me. I think we need to live within our means. Maybe we could have a cheaper honeymoon. I don't think that we need to go to the most expensive location. Just somewhere nice for the two of us. And who cares about what other people say? Maybe we could go to the Maldives. But it would be best if we travel in economy class and stay in a medium price hotel. I think if we do the most expensive thing all the time, it's going to be really difficult financially. Then, after marriage, we need an affordable place to live in. The first place might not be a nice house with a garden, but we can work our way towards that as the time goes by.
Oh my god, really? Do we have to? I think you should follow my advice and ask your dad for help. Who knows what he might say? He might even be happy to help us. As for the house, isn't it better if we buy a nice place straight away? We don't want to live somewhere ugly and then spend every day wanting to move. We can get a loan and pay it off. That way we can have the house we want now instead of later.
Yeah, but I want to live near to work. I don't want to spend too much time commuting. It would be really annoying for me. Maybe in the future we could move out to the suburbs. I might be able to negotiate remote working, but I can't do it right now.
Well, whatever happens, I still want the most expensive honeymoon. I'm not going to budge on that.
We haven't even finalized the wedding plans yet. Let's just get that sorted, and then we can see what we can do. I think we should plan this whole thing one step at a time. What do you think?
If we have to.
So, what do you think about this one?
Wow, it looks good. It's so big. Did your dad help you out with this? I told you all along to ask him. I knew he'd be happy to help.
No, it's not that. I didn't ask him. This is a rental home. I don't like the idea of getting a massive loan, so for the time being, we'll just have to rent. It might be a waste of money, but it's much less risky. Maybe if you got a job, then we could do it differently.
You're still going on about me getting a job?
Well, if you won't, then we'll just have to settle for this. If you want a nice place to live in, then we have no choice but to rent. I can't afford to buy something like this yet. If you're not going to work, then what can I do? I can't afford it all on my own. I've got a good job, but it's not that good. We'll just have to save up a bigger deposit and buy in the future.
Rent? What a waste of money. Do we really have to do it like this? We don't want to be renting after we get married. We should really buy something of our own. It just doesn't feel right living in a house that wasn't truly ours.
What other options do we have?
I have no idea. Anyway, I like this place, so I guess we should go with that for now. I couldn't live in a smaller place, so I guess we'll just have to go with this. If only you could get a promotion, and if only your dad would help us out a little bit. We'd be in a much better position, and I'm sure we'd be able to get what we actually want.
Hey, son, how are the wedding plans? Dad, it's going great. Things are moving ahead smoothly. Tobias, is there anything I can do to help? You're my only son, so I wish there was something more I could do. If you need anything, then don't hesitate to ask. No, Dad, there's nothing you can do. I've got it all under control. I can handle this. I'm a grown man now, about to start his own family. I know exactly what I'm doing. Really? Are you sure? You don't want any money towards this. We can help if you need it. No, it's totally fine. I can handle it. I can stand on my own 2 feet now. I don't need my parents to help me pay. I knew you'd grow up to be a real man. I brought you up to be a guy who can look after himself. That's right, Dad. You raised me well. I remember all the lessons you taught me as a child, especially about finance and being a provider. Thanks to you, I'm the man that I am today. Where would I be without you? Oh, it's nothing, son. No need to thank me. By the way, your future wife said she wants to talk to me sometime soon. Do you know what this is about? You two aren't having any problems, are you? She seemed a little flustered by something. She wants to talk to you? Is that what she said? That's right. She just contacted me all of a sudden and said she has something important to discuss. I presume she's already talked about whatever it is with you? I'm not so sure, to be honest. Maybe I should talk to her and see what it is. You contacted my dad? What did you do that for?
Oh, you've already spoken to your father about it? That was quick. I haven't even had time to speak with him. I just told him I wanted to talk. I thought he was going to keep it a secret, but it seems that isn't the case.
Well, what do you want to talk to him about? And why didn't you talk to me about it first? He just suddenly brought it up today. He told me that you wanted to talk to him. Is that true? I had no idea what he was talking about.
I just wanted to talk to him because I'm about to become his daughter-in-law. I wanted to see if there was anything I was supposed to do in my new role. I'm joining your family, so I didn't want any surprises. I think it's normal to do this before a wedding.
Is that it? Is that all you wanted to talk about? Are you sure that there isn't something else?
What more could there be?
Maybe something to do with the house? Or something to do with borrowing money?
Okay, I'll be straight with you. I may have been planning to ask him something along those lines. You know I'm not from a rich family. I just think it's a waste that you have wealthy parents and you're not going to ask them to help you. They could really help us out when it comes to buying the house. I don't think it's anything to be embarrassed of. What's the point in a silver spoon if you're not going to eat with it?
I think my dad has already done enough for me. I don't think I need to ask him for more.
Why can't he help you out one last time? This can be his final act before you start your own family.
No, I don't want you even talking about this with him. Promise me that you won't. In fact, why don't you just cancel the meeting you have? You're gonna really make me mad if you just keep going on like this.
Lighten up, it's not that bad. Don't you think you're overreacting? How can this make you so mad? It really won't be much of a burden to your parents. They are rich, it'll be nothing to them, I'm sure.
It's not just about the burden it'll cause them, it's about the principle. I don't want to go back to my parents and ask for more money. I am a grown man and I don't need their help anymore. It'll be a burden on me to pay for all of this stuff, but I know I can do it. I'd rather it be a burden on me than on my parents. We can easily get married and start a family life. We just need to live within our means. As long as we spend wisely, we will be able to do this by ourselves. We've already talked this over and I thought you agreed. There's certainly no need to go begging from my parents.
Hey, you there?
Oh, hi, what's up?
Something really bad happened. I'm gonna be in huge trouble if you don't help me. I lost a lot of money. I'm in debt to some scary people. The total amount is $20,000. Please don't tell anyone about this. A lot of the people involved are doing illegal things, so it could get me in danger. You never know who's connected to who. I just hope I can get out of this.
What happened?
It was all because of my job. You came to the bar I work at once, remember? It's a sports bar. I've been working for my boss since right out of high school, and he's like my uncle or something. He's always been there for me, you know? Last week he told me the bar had some expenses that needed to be covered right away, but he was short on cash. He wanted me to lend him the money for just a few weeks. I didn't want to at first, but it was my boss. Paul never asked me for money before, and he sounded like he really needed it. I trusted him and I felt I couldn't say no. He'd lent me money before too, so how could I turn him down? I was worried that I might lose my job if I didn't go along with it. So I lent him the money, but then the next day he wouldn't answer my text or phone calls, and he hasn't come into work either. He just took off and disappeared. I didn't know what to do, so I went into work, and that's when some scary men came to the bar and told me they were looking for Paul. They didn't threaten me, but they told me not to call the police or tell them anything if they asked. They told me to call if Paul came back. It was so scary. They told me he owed a lot of money for some big bet he'd lost. I guess he was doing a lot of sports gambling. I really don't know anything about that stuff. He took my money, and now who knows where he's gone. Maybe he used my money then ran off so he didn't have to pay me back.
Are you telling me that he took $20,000 from you and then just disappeared? Do you know where he might have gone?
No idea. He could have left the country for all I know. Maybe I'll never see that money again. I'm literally broke now. I've got almost nothing left. What am I gonna do? I'm in a living hell right now. How am I going to tell my family that I lost all that money? What would they think of me? I'm so depressed, I think I might have to go to a doctor. Every time I think I'm okay, I'm suddenly reminded of that money and I just feel so bad again. But maybe there is someone who can help me.
Who?
Maybe you? I know you got a lot of money. Couldn't you help me out? Maybe just give me a bit of cash? I'm sure in time I'll get that money back, but right now I've got nothing and there are so many expenses. Maybe you could give me some just to see me through this bad time.
I'd love to help you, I really would, but I don't actually have that much myself. The wedding is coming up and I'm really short for cash. I don't really have anything to give you.
Not even just once? Not even just a little bit of cash to get me through to next month? I literally don't even have money for food next week.
Maybe I could lend you a little bit of money. I wouldn't want you to be completely broke. What's your account? Is it the same as last time?
Yes, it is.
I'll send you a little bit of money over.
Thanks so much. You're really saving me here.
Hey, are you there? Where are you? Why won't you reply to me? Hey, I can't get in contact with your sister. Do you know what's going on with her?
Mary? Yeah, she's disappeared into thin air. I don't know all the details, but she's on the run. She's always talked about going island hopping in the Caribbean, so that's my best guess as to where she is now. Her boss told me she emptied the cash register when she was closing and just disappeared into the night.
What? You talked to his boss?
Of course, my mom and dad were worried when she wasn't answering their calls, so I went to the bar she works at. It's a sports bar. I've known her boss, Paul, for years.
Yeah, Paul. Mary mentioned him. I met him for a second when we went there too. He seemed like a nice guy.
Too nice for his own good. I guess that's why Mary did it. Paul told me he's not calling the police on her because he believes she'll come back eventually. He says she must have had a reason and he just hopes she's all right. The man is a sweetheart.
Wow, that is really generous of him, but aren't you worried about what Mary's up to? I mean, she stole from her workplace and disappeared, right?
She's 25. She can take care of herself. She's always been spontaneous, but she's a smart girl. She knows what she can get away with.
What about your mom and dad? They must be worried sick.
Not really. They're concerned, but there's no reason to think she's in danger or anything. She's probably just blowing off some steam. She's always pushed the boundaries a little when it comes to men and money. Paul's just one example.
What do you mean?
I mean, they had a thing, obviously. She had him wrapped around her little finger since he's married and all. She was friendly with his kids and everything.
Oh wow, I had no idea. You're okay with stuff like that? Didn't you advise your sister against that kind of relationship?
She wouldn't listen anyway, but she wasn't with him for too long. She told me she was dating some younger guys at the bar lately. Maybe one of them asked her on a vacation and she needed some quick cash. That sounds like something that Mary would do.
Some guy invites her on vacation and she just steals money from her workplace, then just disappears? That sounds crazy to me.
I don't know, I'm just guessing. She doesn't tell me everything she has going on in her life. But to be honest, it's probably something to do with a guy. We'll see when she comes back.
I can't believe you're so relaxed about this. She has basically committed a crime on the run.
It's not that big of a deal. It's not like she's even in real trouble yet. We'll just have to be supportive of her when she gets back. She's family. Of course, we're worried she'll get hurt on one of her wild escapades, but there's not much we can do about it.
I suppose so. I hope you hear from her soon. I still think your parents must be feeling horrible. Shouldn't we visit them?
They're okay. They're used to Mary going off the rails once in a while. We'll plan a visit soon. Maybe Mary will be back by then, though.
Hopefully.
Why did you want to get in contact with her anyway?
I just need to talk to her about something.
Okay, well, hopefully we'll find her soon. I'm sure she's okay. Maybe she just wanted to be alone for a while. I'm sure there is a perfectly reasonable explanation for all of this. No need to worry. Oh, by the way, have you paid the money for our house? We need to pay the deposit by tomorrow. You didn't forget, did you?
No. I know to do that. I remembered.
I really compromised with you about this house. You know I wanted something better for us. Something that suits my needs. Well, I have accepted your proposal, but I'm not prepared to go any lower. I want something nice to live in, so don't disappoint me. As for the wedding, I'm hoping you can buy me a luxury bag too, and maybe one for my mother. She likes luxurious things, and she'd be so happy if you got one for her. And what about a car? Do you have enough money for that? We could buy a nice Mercedes or something similar. I would be so disappointed if you can't buy all these things. I'd be heartbroken. Women need expensive things.
Wait a moment.
What is it?
We just need a little time to think. I think you're moving too fast with all of this. Your expectations are way too high. I'm worried that if the slightest thing goes wrong, then you're gonna feel really bad.
What do you mean? We've had this planned out for months. You can't change your mind now.
It's just something has come up. I'm just feeling all confused right now. I think we might need to postpone the wedding or something like that.
What are you talking about? Why would we need to do that?
Just wait for a short while, okay? I just need some time to think and get my thoughts together. I'll contact you soon. Don't worry, just wait for me.
Hey baby, I was in the city today having a coffee and now I've got some free time. I'm just outside your work. Why don't you come on down and see me for a while? I'm sure you can make time for me. Come and talk to me. Baby, are you there? Why didn't you read my messages? What are you doing? You haven't replied to me at all. I'm worried. I'm outside your house now. Where are you? I know you said you need some time to think, but can't you talk with me too? I'm really worried about you. If you don't want to meet me face to face, then at least let's have a phone call. Get back to me as soon as possible. If there's a problem, then you can tell me. We can talk about it together. We can get through this. I know we can. We have a special bond between us. Is this about the house? Is it really causing you that much stress? Get back to me, please.
You there?
Oh my gosh, you finally got back to me. What took you so long? I was so worried. How could you treat me like that? What's wrong with you? We're supposed to be getting married soon. What's going on? Just tell me. Do you have some sort of secret or something?
I'm sorry, I need to talk to you about something.
What is it? What's the problem?
Okay, I'll tell you, but I don't know how you're gonna react. Sit down, this might shock you. A while back, your sister came to me and told me she had a problem. She said there was some kind of money problem and she needed to borrow some money from me. She told me that she'd be in a lot of trouble if she didn't get some money soon. She wanted to borrow $20,000. After a little bit of discussion, I decided to give her the money.
She did what? Oh my lord, I can't believe it. That's so much money. Is this why you weren't responding to my text? Because you didn't know how to tell me?
Actually, no, it wasn't the reason. I just did some thinking and maybe I'm making a mistake. I'm sorry, but I don't think that we should get married.
What, because of Mary? That's so not fair. What she did has nothing to do with me. I'm sorry she did that, but I'm sure I can get her to pay you back eventually. Why would you throw away our whole future together just because of one little thing like that? You said you loved me. I've been talking to everyone about my wedding plans. I'm gonna look like an idiot.
It's not because of Mary. Of course it's also a factor, but it's not the main one.
So what is it then?
You've been working for 10 years or so now, and you've barely managed to save any money. What have you been doing with your life? Where has all your money gone?
What do you mean? I've been paying for myself. It went to living expenses and going out.
I know you have an okay job, so why haven't you managed to save anything? Where did all your money go? You're always talking about luxury, but you've got no money. Don't you think it's a little bit stupid?
How can you say that? It just costs more to be a girl. You think it's cheap to look like this? I spend money on myself because it's a necessity. I didn't save any money because I was investing it in myself.
Clothes, makeup, and expensive clothes are an investment?
Of course. How do you not get that? If you didn't like how I looked, you wouldn't have asked me to marry you to begin with, right?
And now you expect me to pay for everything? I just don't think that we would be able to have a good future together with you expecting me to provide so much for you. Especially when you don't even plan to work at all. I want a family too, but I can't handle all that pressure. Your expectations of a luxurious lifestyle really scare me. You call me a rich guy all the time, but that's not even true. I can understand if it was something like a house or food, but luxury bags? Why should I have to pay for that? Ever since we started talking about marriage, you've been going on about first class this and luxury that. You want the most expensive option every time.
So you want to break up because I don't have money saved up? You're mad because I want to take care of myself and our kids when I get married? You're gonna leave me because of this? What do you expect me to do? I told you I wanted to have a baby as soon as we get married. How can I go out and work if I'm looking after the baby? All of my friends have got married already. A lot of them stay at home while their husband goes to work. It's normal, especially if the family has children. I don't know why you have a problem with this.
A lot of the time it just feels like you're marrying me for money. You keep coming out with a list of things you want me to buy.
Of course there's a lot of things to buy if we're getting married and moving in together. You're supposed to be a provider. This is all totally normal stuff. The woman stays at home looking after the house and the man goes out to work. And I am expensive. If you want a good-looking girl like me, then you have to be prepared to pay the price. I haven't even got anything from you yet, so don't go talking like I'm a gold digger. This is all about that money with my sister, isn't it? Why should my life be ruined because of what she did? Why did you even give her the money in the first place? Are you hiding something from me?
No, it's not that. It's not because of her. I was trying to be helpful and I gave her money. I know I was stupid. That's not why I want to break up.
We've been together for almost a year and I've been so loyal to you. How can you throw it away like this? Haven't I been a great girlfriend? You asked to marry me because you thought I'd be a good wife, right? I really look after myself and respect my man. I made sure I looked nice and cooked your favorite foods. And you're insisting that I go out and work after we get married? How can I look after myself properly if I have to do that?
I'm not insisting. I just don't think it makes sense that I'm 100% responsible for providing for the household. I understand that there are certain roles only a woman can play in raising a child, but house chores and taking care of child can also be shared responsibilities.
We don't have to worry about that now. Maybe you'll get a promotion soon and none of this would be an issue. We should just get married and make it work. You're just getting nervous.
No, I've thought about it a lot, and I'm sure we're not going to have a happy married life.
What makes you so sure? I've been a great girlfriend. You said so yourself.
It's about values and what makes you happy. If at every turn in life you want expensive stuff, it sounds like only money makes you happy. You'll always be wanting more, and that means you'll never be happy. I don't want to live life like that. I want to enjoy the regular things in life, have a stable home and family life. I don't see that with you.
That's the same thing as me wanting to be a housewife for you and our unborn children. That's stability. My friends are always sharing photos of their babies and having mommy lunches.
There's another thing. Everything you want seems to project an image to your friends or on social media. You want a nice wedding to show them, not for us. I just feel like everything we discussed was so superficial.
Weddings are like that. That doesn't have anything to do with our marriage.
My mind is made up, so I guess if you just don't see my reasoning, we'll just end it at that.
You know this is going to be the worst thing ever I'm going to have to announce to my friends. Everybody knows we're getting married. It's going to be so embarrassing to tell people. And with no real reason.
I'm sorry, but I think it's better that we call it off now than have a messy divorce later, especially with kids and stuff. we'll just go our separate ways. I wish you the best, okay?
No, I'm not letting this just end like this. We were together for almost a year. I'm 28, you know. You think you can just ask someone to marry you and then dump them after everything is set in place? I'm gonna sue you for this. You can't get away with treating me like this.
Sue me? Seriously?
Yeah, people do it all the time. Canceling a wedding is a huge deal. I think maybe $30,000 will be enough. If you don't pay me the money, I'll get a lawyer, and the amount will go up to $50,000.
What are you even talking about? Where are you getting these numbers? That is way more than the wedding was gonna cost. It's crazy.
The emotional damage is something I should be compensated for. This is nothing. You should watch the news more. People break up and sue all the time.
I don't really care about what celebrity gossip columns say. That's not really relevant to our lives. In reality, I'm the one that paid for the down payments of the wedding hall and the wedding planner, so that's the money that would be relevant in this case.
Women that get dumped for no reason sue all the time. I'm gonna get what I can out of this breakup, so be prepared. It would be super unfair if my sister ended up getting more money from you than I did. How ironic is that?
Wow, I guess you're finally showing your true colors. You are exactly like your sister. You're both materialistic and only want to use men for their money. I can't believe I was fooled by both of you. I'm just glad I noticed before we got married. Do whatever you want. Talk to a lawyer for all I care. I doubt you'll be able to sue me for anything, but if I end up having to pay you some money, so be it. Anything I end up having to pay you will be worth it.
How could you say that to me? That's abuse. I'm gonna show my lawyer all your texts. And don't compare me with my sister. We both had a really tough upbringing and doing our best in life. You can't criticize that.
People have different upbringings, and I know your family had it tougher than mine, but that doesn't give you the right to use me for money. You basically want someone to provide for you financially and have no intention to work, and still have the nerve to complain about things not meeting your high standards.
I just want what I want. What is wrong with that? I thought you liked my attitude. Anyway, it's fine. You're obviously not going to be a good husband like I thought, so we're done. I'll tell my friends you tried to con me even though you were broke, and of course sue you for everything I can get. And forget about Mary too. If you're done with me, you're done with her.
No. She stole from me and took off. I am talking to the police about it this afternoon. I am sure they'll be able to help me. Mary's no master criminal. She's just a brat that kept getting away with bad deeds. They'll find her and probably put her in jail.
What? You can't do that. We were engaged when you lent her that money. Family members can't call the police for things like that. I've never heard of anything so ridiculous. I swear, leave my sister alone. She's got lots of friends you don't want to meet.
Is that another threat? I can't believe I was with you all this time and didn't realize what kind of person you are. If it was a couple of $100s, I would probably just let it go, but $20,000 is a lot of money. I've already made the appointment with the police to go in, so you should probably tell your parents. The police will probably want to talk to them too.
You are such a scumbag. Fine, I'll just use the money you pay me as compensation to pay back Mary's debt. So $50,000 minus $20,000 is $30,000. Just give me that and we'll call it even.
Nice try. Why don't you talk to your lawyer about that and have them call mine? It's no use discussing this further between the two of us. Goodbye. Please don't contact me anymore.
Wait!
I blocked Haley's number and went to the police station to make a formal statement immediately after. They ended up finding Mary living at some guy's house here in the city, so she was picked up by the police within a few days. It ended up being far more complicated because there were multiple claims from men saying essentially the same thing. She had lied and stolen from all of us. It's a whole class action suit, so I haven't gotten my money back yet, but it looks like Mary will be charged with fraud. Haley apparently did talk to a lawyer, but I never heard from anyone. I guess no one was willing to take on a case that had no merit. This combined experience with the crazy sisters has really put me off from dating, at least for the time being. I'm just glad I noticed where things were headed when I did. And hopefully, I've grown as a person and I won't make the same mistakes again.